Test 1, test 2. And welcome to Tanagers Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Tristan Nelson, as we are here for senior night on the regular season finale for these Vermillion Tanagers. The Tanagers come in at 8-7, hosting the Dakota Valley Panthers, who are 8-8. This matchup, while I'm not a mathematician, I believe will come down to determining who. Both of these teams might still out of this have a home game, but I believe this will determine if Vermillion does get a home game for the SoDak 16 matchup on Tuesday. It'll also help determine who their opponent will be, who could very well be this Dakota Valley Panther team. If we take a look at Class A, obviously at the cream of the crop is West Central. They are undefeated this season, even having defeated number 2 in Class AA Harrisburg. Del Rapids is second, followed by T-Area, Madison, Beersford. Then you have the Valleys, Tri-Valley, Dakota Valley, and Sioux Valley at 6, 7, and 8. Just on the outside of the top 8 is Vermillion. So the difference in seed points between Vermillion and Sioux Valley is .495. The difference in seed points between Vermillion and Dakota Valley is .525. So if Vermillion were to get this win against Dakota Valley, that would mean a seed points of 44 seed points, while Dakota Valley would end up receiving 36 seed points for the loss. That 8-point difference should be enough, I believe, to make up that difference, but we shall see. Home field for SoDak 16 could be on the line, but Vermillion is guaranteed to be playing on Tuesday in the SoDak 16. We will just be finding out where. This Dakota Valley team also has to play a few games tomorrow, and we'll be there for the Bon Home game. But they're playing Bon Home, the second-ranked team or second-seeded team in Class B. They're also taking on, I believe, Castlewood, the number 1 team in Class B. So Dakota Valley has quite a few tough opponents. They have Vermillion, and then they have the top 2 teams in Class B to get by before this season is over. So that could, if Bon Home and Castlewood both defeat them, that would definitely hurt their seed points. Even though they have great records, it would still hurt their seed points. So the next 48 hours, actually the next 24 hours, will really go a long way in determining the SoDak 16, and we'll know late tomorrow night. We'll know Sunday morning where we're going, and hopefully we'll also know maybe where Vermillion Tanager boys, where they end up with their seeding for regions on Monday. Our plan is, it doesn't look like we'd have to travel too far, so our plan is to go wherever the boys have to go on Monday, and we will go wherever the girls go on Tuesday. That'll all be on Vermillion streaming on YouTube. So we do have starting lineups, and we'll get those to you here just a moment. And then we'll just kind of take a look at the rest of the classes as well. But for Vermillion, leading off in right field, number 7, Taylor Barta. Batting second, playing third base, Kristen Moser. Batting third in center field, Janaea Cleveland. Pitching and batting cleanup, Chandler Cleveland. Batting fifth at short, Madigan Wallen. Maya Halverson batting sixth and playing second base. Playing first base and batting seventh, Bailey Baylor. Designated player is Mackenzie Richardson. Batting eighth, and batting ninth is freshman, she is a freshman, and playing left field is Sienna Mount. The catcher and flex is number 29, Madeline Eisenbeiss. So it's Taylor Barta, Kristen Moser, and Janaea Cleveland. Chandler Cleveland, Madigan Wallen, and Maya Halverson. Bailey Baylor, Mackenzie Richardson, and Sienna Mount. And the flex player today is Madeline Eisenbeiss. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the starting lineups for Dakota Valley for you. This is Vermillion Tanagers Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank from Lions Park in Vermillion. It is senior night, so we'll be trying to talk to them after the game. Otherwise, we will be doing hopefully some profiles before Tuesday's regional. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Tristan Nelson. We'll be right back after these messages.
Safe means you're sort of protecting yourself. My mom and dad told me how to be safe. It's like super duper important. Hold a grown-up's hands. Put a helmet on because you might hurt your head super duper bad.
Protect their future by protecting yours with your local State Farm agent, Dick Sunday. Best Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and with the 6-wheel drive and low-range transfer case, they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is teaming up with Clark's Rentals in Yankton, bringing you a wide range of hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more to get the job done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment for all your concrete needs, and Clark's Rentals, your rental equipment headquarters.
Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Need a new set of tires? Look to Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford. How about some accessories like WeatherTech floor mats, access roll-up truck covers, bed liners, remote car starters, and thousands of other products. Hey, you can look at everything at your convenience online too at carlsonsbodyshop.com. No wonder the song says,
Bring it down to Carlson's Body Shop, your complete car care center.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermillion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermillion.
And welcome back to Vermillion Tanagers Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher, alongside Tristan Nelson, as we're getting ready for senior night here at Lions Park in Vermillion, South Dakota. If you're hearing this or watching this, you still have time to get down here. There's plenty of seating and help celebrate these girls in what might be the final home game for these seniors. We don't know, but if they win tonight, there's a chance at a home game for SoDak 16, so that would be great. Now, we gave you the starting lineup for Vermillion. Let's give you that starting lineup for Dakota Valley. Leading off, number 22, catcher Maya Reby. Batting second, playing center field, Lexi Stussy, number 4. Batting third, playing second base, number 13, Madeline Munch. Batting cleanup, the pitcher, number 24, Brenna Trotter. Batting fifth, playing short, number 1, Bria Perriman. Batting sixth, number 10, third baseman, Avery Trotter. Batting seventh and playing first, number 3, Addie Dixon. Batting eighth, playing left field, number 28, Annie Bourne. And batting ninth, playing right field, number 18, Peyton Konopasek. I hope I pronounced that right. I think I did, though. Peyton Konopasek. Leading off for Dakota Valley. And so, or not leading off, batting ninth for Dakota Valley. And so we will, let's take a look at how these two teams got here. Just a second here. And we'll go through how these two teams got here. Vermillion, unfortunately, in the middle of a bit of a losing streak, but we'll discuss that here. Just a moment. Let's see here. So Vermillion started off their season with a win over Canton. 19-4. Canton, unfortunately, winless on the season. They then defeated Elk Point Jefferson 18-9. On the 5th of April, they defeated Nope, this is Dakota Valley. I'm sorry. I was like, that does not sound right for Elk Point Jefferson. This is Dakota Valley, how they got here. I'm like, Canton, we started off with Canton, and that sounded right. Got me off to a bad start, though. So Dakota Valley defeated Canton 19-4 to open their season. They then defeated EPJ 18-9. They then defeated Beersford 20-3. They then fell to T Area 10-3. They fell to Madison 9-0. They fell to West Central in a doublehead in 2 straight games 4-0 and 7-2. They then fell to Harrisburg 15-1. Defeated Mitchell 4-0. Defeated Pierre 14-2. Fell to Beersford 6-7. Lost to West Central for a third time 9-0. They then defeated Winter, Lennox, and Sioux Falls Christian. On the 14th, they fell to Del Rapids by a score of 13-3. That leads to their final 3 games of the year. They face Vermillion tonight, and then tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, they take on Bon Homme, the number 2 seeded Cavaliers in Class B, and then the Castlewood Warriors at 2 o'clock tomorrow. We will bring you that Bon Homme game as we are covering Bon Homme tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and then as they face Castlewood at noon. And then Dakota Valley will be taking on Castlewood at 2 o'clock at the Dakota Valley Invitational. Now, for how Vermillion got here, well, they started off with a win over Lennox. Just thought I felt a drop. That's not cool. Yeah, I did feel a drop. Great. All right. So they defeated Lennox, Parkston, then fell to Del Rapids 15-5, defeated Canton, defeated Sioux Falls Christian, Tri-Valley, defeated Canton again at the DAC 12 tournament, fell to T Area 5-3, then defeated Alcester Hudson and Elk Point Jefferson, and then fell to Yankton, Madison, Gayville Vollen, West Central. They now face Dakota Valley, obviously today, to close out their regular season. And they did fall to T Area on the 14th. I'm not quite sure why this says postponed, but they did fall to T Area on the 14th. So that is how Vermillion got here. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Tanager softball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
The first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Interior technicians.
I'm ready for my big role, Jerry.
What do you mean?
You said I'd be in your next 30 commercials.
No. I said Intech has over 30 years of commercial cleaning experience. You know, like offices, so they can ensure happy visitors and a healthy workforce.
So the shoot's in an office? I can make that work.
Oh my goodness. When you need it clean, call the Intech team.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion, they strive to provide the highest quality patient-centered dental care in a friendly, relaxing atmosphere. Knutson Family Dentistry works hard to provide the best cosmetic, general, and emergency dental treatment in the area. With over 50 years of combined dental experience, the latest dental technology, and a professional and compassionate staff, they're your top choice for dental care. Call for an appointment at 605-857-8008. Knutson Family Dentistry of Vermillion.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Whereas we get ready for the Vermillion Tanagers and the Dakota Valley Panthers, doing battle here in Class A. Right now, Dakota Valley is seated 7th in Class A, and Vermillion is seated 9th. And, if you look at the Weather Channel, there was like a 2% chance of rain right now, and it is sprinkling. So let's hope the 2% wins out and it goes away. It's just one cloud right over us. That's pretty much it right now. So I'm not seeing anybody get too worried, so I won't get too worried either. But again, tonight we will be recognizing the seniors, Taylor Barta, Janaea Cleveland, Chandler Cleveland, Bailey Baylor, and Mackenzie Richardson. Those are the 5 seniors we'll be recognizing tonight as part of just the second graduating class of softball players for sanctioned softball in South Dakota. So again, Mackenzie Richardson, Bailey Baylor, Taylor Barta, Janaea, and Chandler Cleveland. So elsewhere throughout the state, if you're taking a look in Class AA, Yankton right now is in 12th. If the season ended right now, Yankton would go to Brandon Valley. Now, they are also in a position where that could be all over the map, anywhere from 9th through 13th are kind of it's kind of a free-for-all. Sturgis is right ahead of Yankton, and Sioux Falls Roosevelt is right behind Yankton. It's all within just a couple tenths of a point. So Yankton's loss yesterday, we'll see, because Sturgis plays Mitchell as well as Brookings. They also play Rapid City Stevens to close out their schedule. So those are all 3 very losable games for Sturgis, but 2 of those are very winnable. Rapid City Stevens is a tough one, but both Brookings and Mitchell, here's the thing, their records aren't great enough that you get a ton of seed points for winning. Also means you don't get very many seed points when you lose. So South Dakota's AA softball is still just up in the air. And so we'll keep you tabs on that. So Zach is prepared to go to Rapid City if it does end up being Rapid City Stevens for the destination for the SoDak 16 game. But I know Zach would much prefer to stay with Brandon Valley or Sioux Falls, just because, it's a long trip. It's a long trip out to Rapid, and it would be better for Yankton if they didn't have to make that 5.5 hour drive. But I know Tristan would be willing to drive them, because he was just telling me he's looking forward to driving out to Rapid. So maybe that can be something we can work out. But so Yankton will know more again at the end of tomorrow where Yankton sits. So that is where Class AA is right now. And then Class B, as we mentioned, Castlewood's at number 1. Bonhomme. And nothing is wanting to pull up for me here, which is unfortunate. Bonhomme is in second. We also have a number of other AA or Class B schools in southeast South Dakota in the top 8 looking to host SoDak 16 games. So in addition to Bonhomme, Gayville Vollen is looking to host a game, as well as Scotland Menno and Alcester Hudson. Gayville Vollen, Alcester Hudson, and Bonhomme are all in the top 5. Scotland Menno comes in at 7th right now. So it's a good softball being represented in southeast South Dakota. Freeman, Marion, and Freeman Academy just on the outside looking in of the top 8 in 10th position right now. So again, a lot of activity tomorrow. So there'll be a lot of movement for those SoDak 16 standings for Class B, as well as AA and A. So we'll tell you more about that later. We'll be back right after these messages as we get ready to honor these seniors and give you Dakota Valley versus Vermillion in Class A softball.
The wait when your furnace and AC needs repair by joining Larry's Heating and Cooling Comfort Care and Elite Care Club. Larry's Comfort Care Club features seasonal maintenance discounts on service and no overtime charges. Larry's Elite Club includes seasonal maintenance, free parts, free labor, free service calls, and both mean you are in front of the line for service. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling and sign up for the Comfort Care or Elite Care Club. Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermillion.
You are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills. We'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer. Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Your crew is craving Pizza Ranch? It's easy to order online at pizzaranch.com. Online ordering makes it fast and easy to order craveable crispy ranch chicken or build your favorite pizza exactly how you like it. And now, for even more convenience, place your favorite order with just one tap. So when you're craving pizza or the country's best chicken, go to pizzaranch.com and start your order. For craveable food and convenient online ordering, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
And welcome back to Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Again, our scoreboard sponsor is Midwest Ready Mix, and we're getting ready to honor the seniors. I see a portal speaker out there, and so they're getting ready to honor Taylor Barta, Janaea Cleveland, Chandler Cleveland, Bailey Baylor, and Mackenzie Richardson. Now, I say it off like that, but unfortunately their names are not in numerical order, and that's the way it's usually on the roster. So I apologize. Offering no preference, I'm just giving names as I remember them off the sheet. So if I were doing alphabetical order, it's Barta, Baylor, Cleveland, and Richardson. And again, got to know all these girls really well through basketball and through that state championship run. So really excited for that. And I hear the microphone working. And so I'm honestly going to step aside. Once they start, I'll step aside so you can just hear the recognition of the seniors. And I believe they're starting at 3:55, so we're just about there. And they are counting down, and I'm hearing thunder, but I'm hoping it's past. So we will see, but it looks like there's a countdown. Probably going to start in about 35 seconds. So like I said, in the meantime, the South Dakota High School Baseball Association website has been updated as of this morning, and it has Bonhomme ahead of Vermillion, 43.364 to 43 flat. Now, I'm not quite sure if that will change anytime between now and Sunday, but games through Sunday are factored into seed points. So, I mean, at some point they'll have to know, and as soon as they know and let me know, I'll let you know. So, all right, I think we are getting ready to get started with our senior recognition for Senior Day here on Vermillion Streaming as we get ready to recognize the Vermillion Tanager seniors. Coach Budmeyer is walking out.
Visiting Dakota Valley Panthers, this is your Vermillion Tanagers. Today has been designated as Senior Day, and we would like to take this opportunity. Softball team are number 7, outfielder Taylor Barta. Daughter of Brian and Johnny Barta. University of Nebraska at Lincoln next year for an undecided major. First base, and outfield, Baylor. South Dakota State University, the major in biochemistry. Number 13, third base pitcher, and number 22, center fielder, Chandler and Janaea Cleveland. Daughters of Joe and Tracy Cleveland. Chandler's headed to South Dakota State for architecture next year. Janaea's going to Dordt University where she'll play soccer and major in biology. Number 14, designated hitter and outfielder, Mackenzie Richardson. Daughter of Mike and Amy Richardson, Mackenzie will be going to Lake Area Tech for dental assisting next year. This time, junior members of the team would like to present these girls with some gifts. Let's have a big round of applause for the Vermillion High School Tanager seniors, class of 2024. Thanks, girls.
And that was the recognition of the class of 2024 seniors here on the Vermillion Tanager softball team. Again, Daly Barda, Janaea, and Chandler Cleveland, Bailey Baylor, and Mackenzie Richardson. So congratulations to them on successful high school careers. Again, each one of those was a member of the basketball team, the state championship basketball team. So it's great to see them the last couple of years have the honor of being the voice of the Tanagers as they went through, the trials and tribulations of last year, that disappointing season that ended with a loss to T area in the SoDak, not even the SoDak 16 in the regions. And then to come back this year, make it to state, and make it all the way through, giving us all the heartburn and all the heart attacks as they decided to let their team's opponents be ahead in the third quarter of each and every game at state, but managing to come back and get those victories. We caught it all here on Vermillion Streaming. We do love to be the voice of Vermillion Tanager Athletics and the home for Vermillion Tanager Athletics. Again, we will be bringing you Vermillion baseball and softball next week, as the regions for baseball will be on Monday, likely at Bon Home from what I can tell. And then softball, well, that's going to be up in the air. We're going to see what happens over the next 24 hours. So again, the starting lineup for Dakota Valley: at catcher and leading off, number 22, Maya Reby. Batting second in center field, number 4, Lexi Stussy. Batting third, playing second base, number 13, Madeline Munch. Batting cleanup, pitching, number 24, Brenna Trotter. Batting fifth, playing short, number 1, Bria Perriman. Batting third, playing third base and batting sixth, number 10, Avery Trotter. Batting seventh, playing first, number 3, Addie Dixon. Batting eighth, number 28, left fielder Annie Bourne. And number 18, right fielder, batting ninth, Peyton Konopasek. And again, for Vermillion, very similar lineup as they go through the season, but leadoff batter is Taylor Barda, playing right field. Kristen Moser batting second and playing third. Janaea Cleveland playing center field and batting third. Pitching and batting cleanup is Chandler Cleveland. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, Madigan Wallen. Maya Halverson batting sixth, playing second base. Bailey Baylor batting seventh, playing first. Designated player, Mackenzie Richardson batting eighth. Sienna Mount, left fielder. Left fielder batting ninth, and then the flex player, catcher, Madeline Eisenbeis. So, again, a good matchup coming up today as we are bringing you Tanager softball. And there's the throw down to second, and let's get started. It is Chandler Cleveland on the mound for Vermillion as Mia Reby comes up, followed by Lexi Stussy and Madeline Munch. Not too often you see a catcher leading off. Chandler winds up. First pitch to Chandler is a ball, 1-0. Second pitch is in for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. So there's the 1-1 pitch from Cleveland. That ball is lifted into left field. Past Sienna Mount. That will be a double. And that will be a double for Mia Reeby. So first batter comes up, gets on base. That brings, for the first hit of the game, brings up center fielder Lexi Stussy. On deck, second baseman Madeline Munch. Pitch is bunted back to the pitcher. Chandler fields it. Over to first, unable to contain it is Baylor, and a run will score. So that is a single for Stussy. So that's a single for Stussy. So that's the second hit of the game. Second baseman Madeline Munch. That is past the third baseman. That will be runners at first and second on 3 consecutive hits for Dakota Valley. Brings up pitcher Brenna Trotter, number 24. On deck, shortstop Bria Perriman. Ball is bunted foul. Strike one, 0-1. So Trotter steps back into the box. Chandler winds up. Here's the delivery. Just outside. Ball 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bunted right back to the pitcher. Cleveland over to first. Nope, over to Maya Halverson. Covers first on that. So on the sacrifice, runners go to third and second for the first out of the inning. Brings up shortstop Bria Perriman. On deck, third baseman Avery Trotter. That first pitch is in for a strike. So 1-0 here in the top half of the first. Vermillion looking to stem the tide, keep it to 1 run. Pitch is a little bit outside. Ball 1-1. Getting 1-0 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Pitch is bunted right in front of home plate. Runners are unable to advance. So that brings up third baseman Avery Trotter. Then first baseman Addie Dixon. So bases loaded, force at every base. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. Pitch is lifted high, but foul, 1-1. That pitch is in for a strike, 1-2. So Chandler looking to hopefully get a strikeout here. 1-2 pitch. A little outside, 2-2. 2-2 to Trotter. On deck, Dixon, the first baseman. Pitch is lifted high and foul. Out of play. Count remains 2-2. Two pitch. At is low. Full count. 3-2. So this will be. See, players on the move here. One down. Bases full. Full count. Payoff pitch coming to Avery Trotter. Chandler Cleveland steps to the rubber. And that is outside. High and outside. Walks in the second run. Makes the score 2-0. 2-0 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. This is Tanager Softball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on Vermillion Streaming. This again brings up first baseman Addie Dixon. On deck, left fielder Annie Bourne. First pitch grounded to Halverson. Oh, under the glove. 1 run will score, and 2 runs will score with runners at first and third. So runners at first and third. Score is now 4-0 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard in favor of Dakota Valley. Brings up number 28, left fielder Annie Bourne. And Dixon will take second on the pitch. 1-0 is the count. Pitch is lifted high but foul down the first baseline. That pitch gets past the catcher. There's going to be a play at the plate, and they will make it 5-0. With the runner now at third. Still just 1 down. Count is 2-1 to Bourne, and there's going to be a meeting at the mound. Coach Bud Meyer comes in. Maya Reeby started the inning off with a double. She came around to score. Lexi Stussy singled. Then Madeline Munch had a single, sacrificed by Brenna Trotter. Then Bria Perriman with the single. Avery Trotter walked. Then Addie Dixon got aboard. And now Annie Bourne has a 2-1 count with Chandler Cleveland on the mound. Coach Bud Meyer and the team scatter. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down to Annie Bourne. On deck, right fielder Peyton Konopasek. That ball is hit to Wallen at short, and the throw offline. It's a slow roller. I don't even know if they would have gotten her, but a run does score. So that brings up now Peyton Konopasek as the score is now 6-0 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Ball 1-0 as Dakota Valley has batted around. That pitch is in for a strike. 1-1. Pitch gets away from Eisenbeis just a little bit. 2-1 as the runner advances to second base. That pitch is hit over to Halverson, who does stop it, keeps it from going into the outfield. That will be another infield single. Nothing horribly hard hit, just things are getting hit to the right spot. So now runners on first and third. 1 down for the top of the order and Maya Reeby. On deck, center fielder Lexi Stussy. That pitch is in for a strike as Konopasek heads down to second. 0-1 is the count. Ball 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. One down. Runners on second and third. So we pause for the wind. Pitch is lifted high into the outfield, and that will drop. That will score 1 run. Runners on first and third. On now a single by Mia Reby. That does make the score 7-0. With runners on first and third, still 1 down here in the top half of the first. That pitch is in for a strike as Reby heads down to second on the pitch. 0-1 to Stussy, the center fielder. Stussy singled her last time up. Pitch is hit just in front of the... That is a fair ball. So runners will stay. It's loaded. Bases are loaded. And it will be an infield single by Lexi Stussy. So force at every base now for Madeline, as Madeline Munch comes up, second baseman, singled her first time up. Pitch is lifted high into right field. Barta come around, makes the catch. So that's a sacrifice to right field for Munch. Second out of the inning. Now runners at first and third as Konopasek comes across to score, making it 8-0. Pitch gets away from Eisenbeis as Stussy will head down to second. First pitch was a strike to Brenna Trotter. Trotter sacrificed her first time up. Shortstop Bria Perriman on deck. That ball is hit down to Halverson. Halverson over to Baylor for a 4-3 putout for the final out of the inning. But in the inning, 8 runs on 8 hits. There were 1 error at the end of half an inning. It's Dakota Valley 8, Vermillion nothing. We'll be back for the bottom half after these messages on Vermillion Streaming on YouTube.
For the Perks card from Pump and Pack? Well, guess what? There's an addition, not just a card, it's an app. The Pump and Perks app and the Pump and Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermillion. Just go to their Facebook page, Pump and Pack, and scan the QR code and you're in. Or go to the store, Pump and Pack, and get the card. Then download the app. Each one does the same thing. Like give you 5 cents off per gallon every day, except for Sunday, it's doubled with the Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermillion.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball from Lions Park, where we head to the bottom half of the first inning. In the top half of the inning, Dakota Valley scored 8 runs on 8 hits. There was 1 error, and so Vermillion has some ground to make up. Starts here with Taylor Barta, Kristen Moser, and Janaea Cleveland. Taylor's kind of mastered that slap hit that you can't call it a bunt, but it's not quite a full swing. It's a little different. But with her speed, she utilizes it to her ability. Barta bats left-handed, facing the right-handed pitcher, Brennan Trotter. That one, ball one, 1-0. Little high, she was heading in for the slap, and it kind of came right towards her head, so luckily she got out of the way. That pitch is fouled off, 1-1. It's the second one to come in high and tight on Taylor. So Trotter did a little mound adjustment there, or circle adjustment with the dirt, not liking the way that was feeling. So here's the windup. And the pitch, and that is low. Ball 2-1. Ball 3-1. Base runners are the key to the game for Vermillion right now. 8 runs to make up after that top half of the first inning. Ball 4. Barta is aboard with a base on balls. Brings up second baseman, or third baseman today, Kristen Moser. So Barta has some speed. You'll see her take off at times. On deck is Janaea Cleveland. Pitch is hit down to short, fielded there, but the throw to second not in time. And I don't think they would have had a chance at Moser at first, so that's a first hit for Vermillion. Runners now at first and second. Nicely fielded over there by the shortstop, Bria Perriman. But the throw with Barta's speed, just unable to get it there in time. That brings up center fielder Janaea Cleveland. On deck, pitcher Chandler Cleveland. Ball is chopped back to short. Throw over to third is not in time. Bases are loaded. So that's a fielder's choice. Bases are now loaded. Brings up pitcher Chandler Cleveland. Chandler looking to help her cause here. Cut into that deficit. Maybe hit a home run here, make it 8-4.
Come on, Chandler. Help yourself.
That ball is outside, 1-0. On deck is shortstop Madigan Wallen. Ball's inside, 2-0. So Trotter winds. Here's the delivery. That is high, 3-0. So Dakota Valley in their all-black uniforms with purple numbers and letters with white trim. Vermillion in black pants with red jerseys and black lettering with white trim. That pitch fouled off, 3-1.
Be real good, 13.
That pitch is in for a strike. It's a full count on Chandler Cleveland. Again, on deck, shortstop Madigan Wallen. So bases loaded. Nobody down here in the bottom half of the first inning. That is ball 4. That walks in the first run of the game for Vermillion.
Come on, good at bat, good at bat. Here you go, Madigan. Drive one here. Drive one to the gap.
As we feel sprinkles again, we're covering up the equipment. So now it's 8-1. Nobody down. Bases loaded for Wallen. Swing and a miss by Wallen, 0-1. That pitch down the third base line. Foul, 0-2. So Wallen looking to keep it going here. 4 consecutive base runners for Vermillion has led to 1 run. So 0-2 is the count, nobody down here in the bottom half of the first inning. Ball 1, 1-2. As we are starting to feel those sprinkles just a little. So Trotter steps back on the rubber. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's in the dirt. And I got away from the catcher a little bit, but with a force at every base, tough for them to advance. 2-2 on Wallen. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That is high, and that hitter. That will drive in a second run here for Vermillion as they are chipping away at Dakota Valley's lead. It's now 8-2 here in the bottom half of the first inning. Brings up second baseman Maya Halverson as here's a meeting on the mound for Dakota Valley. And while they're meeting, Tanagers will meet with Coach Budmeyer over in the third base coach's box. Hey, just a reminder on ESPN Radio, we will have Timberwolves basketball on Sunday, but we won't know when until the Knicks-Pacers series or game is decided tonight. If the Knicks win, the Timberwolves will be at 7 o'clock on Sunday night. If the Pacers win, the Wolves will be at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. But either way, we will have them on ESPN Radio. All right, Maya Halverson, second baseman, comes up on deck. First baseman Bailey Baylor, still nobody down here in the bottom half of the first inning. First pitch to Halverson is a ball, 1-0.
Keep playing, Brian, you're good.
Pitch is inside, ball 2, 2-0. So both pitchers just having a little trouble finding their rhythm, finding their zone. I have a feeling we'll see a different second inning for both of them. So Trotter steps back up to the rubber. Wind up and the pitch. That's grounded past the short. That will score 1. That will score 2 runs as Chandler Cleveland will come around to score as well. So on the single by Halverson, 2-run score makes it 8-4 in favor of Dakota Valley. Still nobody down here in the bottom half of the first inning for Bailey Baylor, the first baseman. Baylor has some power. And then on deck, designated player Mackenzie Richardson. First pitch to Baylor is high. That pitch is outside, 2-0. There's going to be time called again. See if we'll have a pitching change. As Halverson and Wallen both go over to talk to... No, sorry, not Wallen. Yeah, Halverson and Wallen go over to talk to Coach Budmeyer, along with Baylor and Richardson. So again, Dakota Valley 8-8 on the season, Vermillion 8-7. Dakota Valley currently 7th in the SoDak 16 standings, Vermillion sitting in 9th. As it does appear they are making a pitching change. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We'll take one 30-second timeout here as you're listening and watching Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Sherco in Vermillion is a full-service service center. Sherco LLC is an industry-leading supplier of tarp systems to the transportation industry and is located in Vermillion, South Dakota. Sherco Vermillion supports their customers in the agricultural, construction, waste, and flatbed markets. Become a part of the Sherco team. Go to sure-co.com, about us/careers. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
So now pitching for Dakota Valley, it looks like number 15, Emma Barnett. All right, so yes, Emma Barnett in for Brennan Trotter. No, for Annie Bourne. So Emma Barnett will be batting 8th for Annie Bourne. That means Brenna Trotter will stay out there. I think Brenda Trotter moved to left field. So stepping... Oh, she moved to shortstop. Okay, I'll try to figure it out here. All right, so here comes the first pitch to Bailey Baylor. Ball 3-0. That pitch is in for a strike, 3-1. And there's a throw down to third, but not in time. So runners now at first and third. With a 3-1 count, nobody down here in the bottom half of the first inning, as Vermillion's trying to claw back in after being down 8-0 after the top half of the first. There has been a pitching change. It's Emma Barnett in there for Dakota Valley. Here's the windup and the pitch. That is outside, and that is ball 4. That will load the bases. So runners at first, second, and third for Mackenzie Richardson, designated player. Did want to mention the other day at T, Mackenzie was so helpful for me. Did not have to be, but really was. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So, just a hats off to her and a big thank you for making my life a lot easier, and that's Mackenzie Richardson. So giving her a shout out. So 0-1. That ball's fouled back. 0-2. On deck is Sienna Mount. So here's Emma Barnett's pitch. That's hit over to second, fielded there, and they will get they'll get Baylor at second, but that's it. 1 run comes across. So now runners at first and third, and the score is 8-5 in favor of Dakota Valley. That brings up left fielder Sienna Mount. So 8-5, Vermillion clawing their way back into it. Emma Barnett, the new pitcher. That pitch is in for a strike as Richardson will head down to second. 0-1 is the count now. 1 down here in the bottom half of the first inning. That pitch is lifted past the third baseman. That will score 1 run. That might score 2. Play at the plate. No. As Richardson and Halverson both score. So makes the score 8-7 in favor of Dakota Valley as Mount singles. Brings up Taylor Barta, who started this off with a walk. First pitch to Barta is a strike, 0-1. All right, swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Barta from Barnett. That pitch is hit back to the pitcher, and there will be no play. That is an infield single for Taylor Barta. That is where her speed comes into play. She is able to leg those out more often than not. So that brings up third baseman Kristen Moser. Moser singled her first time up. Moser bunts that foul, 0-1. On deck is center fielder Janaea Cleveland. So Moser steps in. Runners on first and second, one down here in the bottom half of the first. That pitch is lifted high. Shallow right field. Oh, that drops. Runners were unable to advance until it dropped, though, so bases will be loaded. On the single by Moser. Yeah, runners could not advance because if that were caught, they're having to scramble back. So Dakota Valley catches a break there. Bases loaded rather than a run scoring, but it does mean the bases are loaded for Janaea Cleveland. First pitch to Janaea is a ball, 1-0. Moser getting a little coaching over on first. Can only get so far off. You can't advance to the next base. So I think just making sure that she's aware. That pitch is outside, 2-0. Pitch is fouled down the third baseline, makes count 2-1. So with one down, runners have to be careful. If it's lifted into the air, they have to mind their locations. But if it's on the ground, it's full steam ahead. So here's the 2-1 pitch from Barnett to Janaea Cleveland. Pitch is lifted high to left field. That'll be caught, and runners will not advance as that is a nice throw. Oh, no. They're caught off a second, but they were unable to get her. She runs back as Barta thought Mount was going to run. So that is a fly out to left field. So 2 down now with runners, bases loaded. Pitch is lifted high into center field. Will that be caught? No, that'll drop. 1 run will score. Barta's coming home. There'll be a play at the plate. She is safe. It is 9-8 in favor of Vermillion. So all 3 runners score. So it's now 10-8 in favor of Vermillion as sprinkles start to come down. So that brings up shortstop Madigan Wallen. Wallen was hit by a pitch her first time up. That pitch is laced into left field. That'll score another run. Makes it 11-8 in favor of Vermillion. And that pitch is foul down the third baseline. Oh and 1. And Wallen will make it down to second, just ahead of the tag. So right now on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, it's Vermillion 11, Dakota Valley 8 here in the bottom half of the first inning. Batting for Vermillion is Maya Halverson. She singled her last time up. Madigan Wallen is on second. One pitch is outside. 2-1. Ball is hit over to short. Fielded there. Here's the throw over to first. Not in time. Here's the play at the plate, and she is safe just ahead of the throw. That was close as Wallen scores the 12th run on the single by Halverson, who beat out the throw. Brings up first baseman Bailey Baylor, who walked her first time up. First pitch is a ball to Bailey Baylor, 1-0. We just have pockets of clouds that decide to give us a little bit of rain, and that's hit down the left field line, just foul by a couple of feet. 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 down here in the bottom half of the first. That's in for a strike, 1-2. On deck is designated player Mackenzie Richardson. Ball 2, 2-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul tipped, and that is the final out of the inning. But in the inning, Vermillion does score 12 runs on 9 hits. I didn't actually have an error down there. There was 1 pitching change, 1 runner left on. At the end of 1, it's Vermillion 12. Dakota Valley 8 will be back after these messages on Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Visit our sleep experts at the Yankton Slumberland. With over 50 mattresses to choose from, we carry every price, free financing options, and the most trusted brands in the nation like Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. Snoring or lower back pain tormenting you? Seek relief with an adjustable power base. Fall asleep faster and cooler with our sheets and pillow selection. With a 120-night sleep trial, you can't make a mistake. See us today at the Yankton Slumberland, 2401 Broadway.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. The first pitch of the second inning to Bria Perriman is fouled off down the right field line, 0-1. Up this inning for Dakota Valley, Perriman, Trotter, and Dixon. That pitch is a ball, 1-1. That ball is bunted, fielded by Chandler over to first. Oh, well played to get her by about half a step. Perriman didn't give him much room for error there. She ran that one up, but one up, one down here in the top of the second inning. Brings up third baseman Avery Trotter. On deck, first baseman Addie Dixon. Pitch is fouled off down the third baseline, 0-1. That is high and outside, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's in for a strike, 1-2. That is high and outside, 2-2. Pitch is grounded over to Madigan Wallen, over to first for the second out of the inning. Just some clean defense out there by Chandler on the first hit and Wallen on the second. Now it's 2 up, 2 down, brings up first baseman Addie Dixon. She reached on an error her first time up, 0 for 1. On deck, left fielder Annie. On deck, Emma Barnett. That's right, Emma Barnett for Annie Bourne. First pitch is a strike to Dixon, 0-1. Ball 1-1. Ground ball to Wallen, fielded there, over to Baylor. Low throw, unable to be fielded. That'll be an error on the throw. So now with a runner on first, brings up Emma Barnett, the pitcher. So 12-8, Vermillion leads on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. We're in the top half of the second inning. First pitch to Barnett is a ball. 1-0. That pitch is a strike, 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Tell you what, these Yankton Rally towels and USD Coyote Howl towels come in handy when it's sprinkling. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Foul tipped, 2-2. On deck is Peyton Konopasek. So Chandler looking to have a much shorter inning this time around. 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner on first, 2 down. Fouled off into the netting. Count remains 2-2. That's ball 3, full count, 3-2. Pitch is grounded over to Wallen, and she'll take care of it right at second. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on. At the end of 1.5, it's Vermillion 12, Dakota Valley 8 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages on Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
You ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Leading off this bottom half of the second inning, it's Mackenzie Richardson, followed by Sienna Mount, and then Taylor Barda. That pitch is in for a strike. 0-2. So now there's another pitching change. Annie Bourne is back in, and she is now pitching. Bria Perriman has moved out to left field. And Brenna Trotter is at short. Ball 1, 1-2. So Vermillion on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard leads 12-8. That's a little high, 2-2. She has a little different movement with not only just with the ball, but also with her delivery. I could see that throwing somebody off. It's a little different. It's a little more sideways. But Richardson kind of caught up to that one. Count remains 2-2. Bourne looks to be a pretty effective pitcher, so good. Two balls, two strikes, nobody out here in the bottom half of the second. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll bring up left fielder Sienna Mount. Then on deck, right fielder Taylor Barda. Swing and a miss, strike 1, 0-1. Ball 1, 1-1. Fouled off. Moves the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sienna Mount. On deck, Taylor Barda. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's 2 strikeouts for Annie Bourne. That brings up Taylor Barda, batting for the 3rd time. 1 official plate appearance. She's 1 for 1 with a walk, 2 runs scored. First pitch to Barda is a ball, 1-0. That ball is bunt is laid down, fielded there by the third baseman, but Barda's speed is just too good. She has mastered that slap, bunt, hit, whatever you want to call it. But she has mastered it. That is her 2nd consecutive single to get on. 3rd time on base. That brings up Kristen Moser, who has 2 singles on the day. So here's the first pitch from Bourne to Moser. Foul tipped, 0-1. And just a reminder, we will be at Dakota Valley tomorrow. I'll be bringing you Bonhomme softball as Bonhomme takes on Dakota Valley at 10. And then Bonhomme takes on Castlewood at noon. I'll then be in Alcester as Alcester Hudson hosts Beersford at 5. All on 5-star streaming on YouTube. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Moser. That is high. 1-1. On deck, center fielder Janaea Cleveland. Pitches a ball. Barda into second. She's going to head to third on the ball that gets into center field. Nice base running there by Barda. Now runner in scoring position. Count is 2-1 on Moser. Get on deck, center fielder Janaea Cleveland. 2 down, though, here in the bottom half of the second inning. And yes, on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, the score is 12-8 if you're just joining us.
Watch the bunnies.
Ball 3, 3-1.
Beautiful, Annie. That was so good, Annie. Way to go.
Time is called to brush off home plate. Tyler Gurney is the home plate umpire today. See Tyler at a lot of these games, gotten to know him pretty well. Knew him before this, but that pitch is low. Ball 4. Base on balls for Moser. Runners at first and third. Brings up center fielder Janaea Cleveland. Reached on a fielder's choice and then flew out to left field in the first inning. On deck, pitcher Chandler Cleveland. Here's the first pitch. Janaea lifts it high, but foul. Out of play. 0-1. So here's the 0-1 pitch from Bourne to Cleveland. That's in for a strike. There's a throw down to third. Not in time. It hits Barta in the back. So count is 0-2. As Moser made it down to second. So runners on second and third, 2 down. No balls, 2 strikes. It's a pretty accurate throw. It just hit Taylor right in between the shoulder blades. That pitch is high, 1-2. So again, Chandler Cleveland on deck. No runs across. 1 hit this inning for Vermillion. That is low. Evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom half of the 2 inning. Number 2-2 batting, 2-2 catching. We've got 2s everywhere. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So in the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 runners left on. After 2, it's Vermillion 12, Dakota Valley 8. We'll be back after these messages on Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Last week, a guy walked into the UPS store in Vermillion. He did not notice the copiers, the printers, the mailboxes, the banners, the posters, not even the business and shipping supplies. It was like he had blinders on. Hi, this is Jay with the UPS store in Vermillion. Many people don't see everything we have to offer when they stop by the UPS store to ship their packages. They miss all the things we have, like printing, designing. We even offer notary services here at the UPS store, located on Cherry Street in Vermillion.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I was just discussing how the first inning was a 40-minute first inning and then a 13-minute second inning, much more efficient. Chandler Cleveland still out there for Vermillion in the circle. Batting this inning for Dakota Valley will be Peyton Konopasek. I wanted to make sure I didn't see her over there. So Peyton Konopasek, followed by Maya Reeby, and Lexi Stussy. First pitch to Konopasek, lifted high, but foul, 0-1. Pitch is lifted high. Wallen looks to try to get underneath and is able to make the catch. Looks like it had her fooled just a little bit in the sky, but she was able to adjust. And a nice catch by Madigan Wallen for the first out of the inning. As we are in the top of the third, that brings up Maya Reeby. Reeby has a double and a single. So Mia Reeby with a double and a single. Here's the first pitch. That's in for a strike, 0-1. That pitch is lifted high in a shallow left field. Mount coming in, makes the catch. That is the first time Reby has not reached base. 2 up, 2 down on just a few pitches. Brings up center fielder Lexi Stussy. Stussy also has 2 singles today, 2 hits, a single in the first, 2 singles in the first inning. Stussy bunts that back. Cleveland picks it up over to first. Stussy's speed made that interesting, though, but a 1-3 put out. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors at the end of 2.5 innings. It's Vermillion 12, Dakota Valley 8. We'll be back after these messages on Vermillion, streaming on YouTube.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermillion leads 12-8. We're heading into the bottom half of the third. Batting for Vermillion will be Chandler Cleveland, Madigan Wallen, and Maya Halverson. They are facing pitcher Annie Bourne. Annie was really effective out there when she came in. She's got some eye protection on it, probably due to the dust blowing around. The wind is taking things around. So first pitch to Chandler is a strike, 0-1. Ball 1, 1-1. Chandler has 2 hits on the day. Actually, no, she has a 1 hit and a walk. Sorry. A raindrop hit my base on balls and turned it into a 3. So 1-1 pitch, a little high, 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I really like the pitcher's glasses. Do you remember the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka movie? When they're in the TV room, it kind of reminds me of that. I like it. 3-2, full count. Full count to Chandler Cleveland. On deck, shortstop Madigan Wallen. Yeah, things have really settled down after that first inning. That pitch is lifted high. Here comes the first baseman. Oh, unable to make the catch. It was foul, though. It was foul, so we're going to do it all again. As Addie Dixon was unable to make it. She was running in on that, a little tough. That wind is swirling in there. So tough to find much fault in that miss. And it was foul. So we're just doing it all again. Full count, payoff pitch. That's lifted into center field. And that will be, just in and out of the glove. And Chandler Cleveland with a double. Wow, that was going to take a superhuman effort just to get there. Double for Chandler Cleveland. As center fielder Lexi Stussy just unable to corral that. And I just think sometimes people are too used to baseball. They forget how big and bulky that softball is. It's much harder to catch. I'm sorry. So 12-8 now. Runner on second. Shortstop Madigan Wallen comes up. She's been hit by a pitch and singled so far today. As it does appear that maybe Bottleson is going to be running for Cleveland. Yep, so Chloe Bottleson will be coming in to run for Chandler Cleveland. Yeah, Chloe Bottleson is an 8th grader. I wanted to make sure I had that correct. So Bottleson is an 8th grader. Has been kind of the full-time courtesy runner for this Tanager team. Pitch to Wallen is low and in the dirt. 1-0. So Madigan Wallen up. Maya Halverson on deck. Bailey Baylor in the hole. Pitch is lifted just over the outstretched glove of the third baseman. And Bottleson rounds third. She'll be coming home, and she will score. And Wallen will be at second. She's heading to third. And Madigan Wallen with a double, and then reaches third on the throw home. A run does score, makes it 13-8. Makes it 13-8 in favor of Vermillion on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. And with nobody down and Wallen on second, that brings up second baseman Maya Halverson. Again, a well-hit ball just outside of the reach of the third baseman. Trotter gave a great effort there. So here's the first pitch to Halverson. That's in for a strike, 0-1. This Vermillion now leads by 5, 13-8. Pitch is low, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. 1 runner on, 1 run across. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 1-2.
Let's get her in. Come on. Let her down.
So again, Annie Bourne, the third pitcher for Dakota Valley, winds up. Here's the delivery. That is lifted foul. Count remains 1-2 to Maya Halverson. On deck, first baseman Bailey Baylor. Again, I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Tristan Nelson as we are bringing you Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We're at Lions Park. It is senior night for the seniors. Barta, Cleveland, Baylor, and Richardson. That pitch gets past the catcher. Oh, play at the plate! And she is out! She is out. What a great play by catcher Mia Reby to make that. Wallen has a good athlete, and she is cut down at home. So that's the first out. Bases are now empty for Halverson, as that is now 2-2. Should be the count, I believe. Here's the windup and the pitch. That is high. Yep, full count, 3-2. So yeah, Wallen, it's your instinct. You go home on a ball like that. Reby was just quick. That pitch is lifted high into right field. Going back, shielding her eyes from the sun. And making the catch. That was right fielder Peyton Konopasek for the second out of the inning. Brings up first baseman Bailey Baylor. So Vermillion has scored 1 run on 2 hits so far. No errors this inning. That's hit right in front of the second baseman. Fielded there. Just under the glove, just under the hand of the second baseman. Baylor safe at first. It was a slow enough hit. I don't know that she would have gotten her. We're going to give her a single on that. No error. Brings up designated player Mackenzie Richardson. Richardson reached on a fielder's choice and has struck out. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 0-1. Pitch is a bit low and inside. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2.
Right here, babe.
Ball 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out with a runner on first in the form of Bailey Baylor, double B.
Go, babe. Bear down.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, but it's dropped. Richardson heading to first, and that will be fielded there. So, in the inning, 1 run on 3 hits. No errors at the end of 3. Vermillion leads 13-8 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. We'll be back with the 4th inning after these messages on Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Federal Credit Union, we believe in giving back to the community that supports us. That's why our employees make it a priority to volunteer their time and talents to make a difference. Whether it's improving local causes, fighting hunger, or supporting our local zoo, our team is dedicated to making a positive impact in the lives of those around us. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a part of the community, working together to make it a better place for everyone. Your community, your credit union. Voyage Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back to Tanagers Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. After 3 innings, Vermillion leads 13-8. The last 2 innings have seen a lot less hitting and run production. The first inning saw a total of 20 runs scored. So Chandler Cleveland, starting pitcher for Vermillion, still in there as we head into the 4th. Dakota Valley is on their 3rd pitcher. Batting this inning for Dakota Valley will be Madeline Munch, Brenna Trotter, and Bria Perriman. Munch steps in. Here's the first pitch. Inside, 1-0. Pitch is grounded foul, 1-1. So again, Chandler Cleveland, since the 8 hits in the first inning, has given up nothing since then. Here's the pitch to Munch. It's outside, 2-1. Pitch is inside, 3-1. Pitch is hit down to Wallen. Wallen fields it cleanly. Throw over to first in time to get Madeline Munch. A nice 6-3 put out for the first out of the inning. 1 up, 1 down. Brings up now shortstop Brenna Trotter. On deck, now left fielder Bria Perriman. That ball gets past Eisenbeis. That was in the dirt. 1-0. Pitch is lifted high into center field. Janaea Cleveland going back. And that is a home run for Brenna Trotter. A solo home run. That makes the score 13-9 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, as that went right over the Masaba sign. There's a reason Trotter's batting cleanup. That brings up left fielder Bria Perriman. So that's the first hit since late in the first inning. So Cleveland to Perriman, gets that up. Bailey Baylor going over, and she makes the catch in foul territory. 1 pitch, 1 gone. There's now 2 down here in the top half of the 4th. Avery Trotter, third baseman, now coming up. So 1 run on that home run by Brenna Trotter. Cleveland looking to get out. That pitch is lifted high into right field. Taylor Barta coming underneath, makes the catch. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. At the end of 3.5, it's Vermillion 13, Dakota Valley 9 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages on Vermillion Streaming.
Your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality healthcare, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermillion leads 13-9. Still pitching for Dakota Valley, the third pitcher of the game for them, but pitching her third inning is Annie Bourne. Batting this inning for Vermillion will be Sienna Mount, and then top of the order, Taylor Barta and Kristen Moser. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. That's in for a strike, 1-1. Pitch is lifted high down the first baseline. Just unable to make the play. Moves the count. The count is 1-2.
Set her down.
One-two pitch is in the dirt to Mount. Evens the count at 2-2. Pitch is lifted foul. Count remains 2-2. So again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Here's a pitch from Bourne. That is in for a called strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. 1 up, 1 down. Brings up Taylor Barta. Barta has walked, singled, and singled. Fourth inning, fourth time up for Barta. Barta's getting some instruction from the first base coach. So Barta steps in. Pitch is bunted foul. So count is 0-1 to Barta with 1 down. That's in for a strike, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's in the dirt, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's swatted down to short, and she will be safe at first with her third hit of the game. Fourth time on base for Taylor Barta. It's 3 singles for Barta. That brings up third baseman Kristen Moser, who was 2 for 2, on base 3 times, scored 3 runs. Here's the first pitch to Moser. In the dirt, gets past the catcher. Barta heads down to second with ease. Rounds the corner. Tyler brushes off home plate. Count is 1-0 to Moser. That gets past the catcher, and Barta's now down to third. Counts 1-1. Pitch is grounded over to short, fielded there, over to first, but that's a sacrifice by Moser. Scores a run, makes it 14-9 in favor of Vermillion on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Again, this is Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Brings up center fielder Janaea Cleveland. On deck pitcher Chandler Cleveland.
Yeah. Let's go.
Ball 1-1. Pitch is out of the zone. 2-1. I've not heard the name Upton Sinclair in a while. I like that. All right, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down here in the bottom half of the fourth. Chandler Cleveland grounds that to short, fielded there, throw over to first, and that will be, ooh, that was close. They are saying they got her, and so 6-3 put out for the final out of the inning. But in the inning, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors at the end of 4. Vermillion 14. Dakota Valley 9 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. This is Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We'll be right back after these messages on Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you got to call Caitlin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Caitlin's to anyone.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher, alongside Tristan Nelson as we head into the 5th inning. Vermillion leads 14-9 over Dakota Valley here in the 5th inning. Again, on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, this is Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Chandler Cleveland still in there for Vermillion, batting this inning for Dakota Valley. Addie Dixon, Annie Bourne, and Peyton Konopasek. First pitch is a ball to Dixon, 1-0. Dixon has reached on an error twice. That is a strike, 1-1. Ball's grounded foul, 1-2. That ball's grounded, fielded there by Wallen, but not enough time to get Dixon. That is a single for Addie Dixon.
Go, babe. Do it.
So brings up pitcher original left fielder Annie Bourne. Pitch is hit. Oh! Caught there by Bailey Baylor. That is so unlucky for Addie Dixon. It was great contact. It ends up being an F3 double play. Oh, wow. Great reflexes by Bailey Baylor. And so now 2 down brings up right fielder Peyton Konopasek. Ball is grounded down the third baseline. Just foul. 0-1. On deck is catcher Mia Reeby. Pitch is a little high, 1-1. Pitch is lifted down the right field line, out of bounds, or out of play, 1-2.
All right, one more here. Go red, lock it down.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, nobody on here in the top half of the 5th. Pitch is lifted high. Baylor coming over, making the play. All 3 putouts by Baylor. So technically 3 up, 3 down, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. At the end of 4.5, Vermillion leads 14-9 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. This is Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We'll be back after these messages on Vermillion Streaming.
Game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, it's Vermillion 14, Dakota Valley 9. This is Michael Schumacher along with Tristan Nelson from Lions Park in Vermillion. That pitch is lifted out into right field. Oh, beautiful catch out there in right field by Peyton Konopasek. That was a beautiful diving, sliding catch by Konopasek to rob Chandler Cleveland of a single. That brings up shortstop Madigan Wallen. She's been hit by a pitch, singled and doubled. Looking for a triple or a home run to get her towards the cycle. First pitch to Wallen is a ball, 1-0. On deck, second baseman Maya Halverson. That pitch is a ball, 2-0.
Go, Ben, you can do it.
Pitch is a ball, 3-0. Pitch is fouled back, 3-1. And the winner of this one has a good chance at hosting a home SoDak 16 game. That ball it gets past the catcher. Wallen heads down. Oops. Heads down to first on the walk. Brings up second baseman Maya Halverson. She has singled, and flown out to right field. Swing and a foul tip, 0-1. Swing and miss, strike 2, 0-2. So again, Wallen on first, 1 down. Count is 0-2 to Halverson. And on deck is first baseman Bailey Baylor, who was the defensive star of the top half of the inning. That pitches a ball, 1-2. Fouled back. Count remains 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down, 1 on.
Right here, babe.
It is high, 2-2. Wallen down to second. And she is in. They do not get a tag down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second now with 1 down.
Come on, Maya. Get her in mountain. Go, drive her home here. You need that run.
So Vermillion with a 5-run lead. Pitch is low and outside. Count moves to 3-2. Full count. This will be a payoff pitch from Annie Bourne to Maya Halverson. Halverson's been on base twice, scored once. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 2 down now with Wallen on second. That brings up first baseman Bailey Baylor, who has walked, struck out, and singled so far today. Swing and miss, strike 1. On deck, designated player Mackenzie Richardson. Pitch is in the dirt. Wallen heading down to third. And Wallen is now 60 feet away on ball 1, 1-1.
All right, Bailey, bring her home.
So Wallen has scored twice, been on third 4 times now. The other time she was tagged out trying to run home on a pass ball. That is grounded down the third base line, but that is foul. Moves the count to 1-2.
Come on, babe.
1 more strike.
Right here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on third. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Annie Bourne getting her groove. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on. At the end of 4.5, or at the end of 5, it's Vermillion 14, Dakota Valley 9 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. We'll be back after these messages on Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family. From pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Tristan Nelson, where the Tanagers lead 14-9 as we head into the 6th inning. Chandler Cleveland, she's gone the distance so far for Vermillion. Dakota Valley scored 8 runs in the first inning. They've only managed 1 since then. Vermillion scored 12 runs in the first inning, and they've scored 2 since then. Leading off this inning, Mia Reby, who has a double and a single and flew out to left field. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. On deck, center fielder Lexi Stussy. Pitch is grounded back to the pitcher. Fielded by Chandler. Over to first for the first out of the inning. So That brings up center fielder Lexi Stussy, who has 2 singles and grounded back to the pitcher. That one is a foul ball, 0-1. So Dakota Valley just has 5 outs remaining to get 5 runs. A win here, and Vermillion moves to 9-7 on their season. And that will close out their regular season. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Cleveland. Hit down the third baseline, but foul, 0-2. Another drops. Okay, great. So 0-2 to Stussy. That ball is fouled off. Count remains 0-2. Of course, with the drops comes wind, and so it just does not want to hang on there. So 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's the ball. Ball 1, 1-2. So we've been hit with a couple of spritzes. Nothing horrible so far. Knocking on. I got no. Oh, this is woodish. Ball 2, 2-2. That ball's grounded back to the pitcher. Over to first for the second out of the inning. Chandler Cleveland doing the fielding in this one. Over to Bailey Baylor. That's the second 1-3 put out. That brings up second baseman Madeline Munch. On deck, shortstop Brenna Trotter, who hit a home run her last time up. So Madeline Munch singled, sacrificed, and grounded out to short. That is the ball, 1-0. So both of these teams will play on Tuesday in the SoDak 16. We're just not sure where or who. Ball 2, 2-0. Dakota Valley has games tomorrow against Castlewood and Bon Homme, so they still have a tough road ahead of them. Here's Chandler's 2-0 pitch. That's in for a strike, 2-1. Laced right to Madigan Wallen, and she catches it for the third out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. At the end of 5.5, it's Vermillion 14. Dakota Valley 9 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. This is Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Safe means you're sort of protecting yourself. My mom and dad told me how to be safe. It's like super duper important. Hold a grown-up's hands. Put a helmet on because you might hurt your head super duper bad.
Protect their future by protecting yours with your local State Farm agent, Dick Sunday.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Vermillion leads 14-9. Leading off this inning, batting for Mackenzie Richardson, is Jenna Peterson. Facing Annie Bourne. Swing and a miss from Jenna. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Bourne. That's lifted high into shallow center field, and that will drop for a single. That'll bring up left fielder Sienna Mount. On deck, Taylor Barda. All right, we're going to have a courtesy runner for Jenna. So pinch runner for Jenna Peterson is Izzy Richardson.
Go, babe. Yes.
First pitch, strike, 0-1. That is high, 1-1. Pitch is lifted foul. That'll go into the netting. 1-2. So 14-9, Vermillion leads here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. That pitch is lifted, popped up. Calling it is the catcher, Mia Reeve, for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up right fielder Taylor Barta. Barta is 3 for 3 on the day. 3 singles and a walk. She has scored 3 runs. There's a slap bunt up the middle to second, over to first, not in time. That'll be a fielder's choice, so they do get the lead runner. So now with 2 down, that brings up third baseman Kristen Moser. Moser has 2 singles, a walk, and a sacrifice. 2 for 2 today. First pitch is a ball to Kristen Moser. 1-0. On deck, center fielder Janaea Cleveland.
You got this.
Foul back, 1-1. So 2 down. Taylor Barta on first. Count is 1-1 to Kristen Moser. Pitch is lifted high. Foul into the netting. Moves the count to 1-2.
Right here, babe.
Again, Vermillion looking to close out their season with a win. Hoping to position themselves for a home game for SoDak 16. Here's the windup and the pitch. And it's high. Barta heading down to second. And she is in. Ball goes into center field. There's going to be a play at third. And Barta is in. She will be safe at third, as the count is 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Moser. 2 down.
Get it right here, babe.
Taylor Barta on third.
Focus at the plate. Right here.
This is inside. 3-2. Full count. So Barta's going to be on the move with the pitch.
Right here, babe. Come on.
Pitch is fouled back. Count remains 3-2.
You got this. Come on. Set her down. Right here. Right here.
That is in the dirt. Moser heads down to first with a base on balls. That brings up center fielder Janaea Cleveland. Janaea looking for her first hit today. She was on with the fielder's choice and eventually scored in the first. Flew out to left field, struck out, and grounded out to short. Annie Bourne on the mound. Looking to close out this inning. Here's the pitch. That is high. And Moser heads down to second. The throw to third gets past the third baseman. And a run will score, making it 16-9. It should be 15, shouldn't it? Okay. All right. I believe it is 15-9. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 1-1. So on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, score is 15-9 in favor of Vermillion. Pitch is high. 2-1. On deck, pitcher Chandler Cleveland. Fouled back, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. This is Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Vermillion leads 15-9. Swing and a miss. That was caught. So that'll be the 3rd out. No runs. Or 1 run. 1 hit. No errors at the end of 6. Vermillion leads 15-9. We'll be back with the 7th inning after these messages on Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Best Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and with the 6-wheel drive and low-range transfer case, they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is teaming up with Clark's Rentals in Yankton, bringing you a wide range of hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more to get the job done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment for all your concrete needs, and Clark's Rentals, your rental equipment headquarters.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball. We head into the top of the 7th inning. Dakota Valley down to their final 3 outs of the game. Vermillion leading 15-9 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. This is Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Tristan Nelson as Chandler Cleveland looks to close it out. She'll be facing Brenna Trotter, who homered her last time up, Bria Perriman, who was singled in the 1st inning, and Avery Trotter, who has walked and then grounded out and grounded out. Here's the first pitch to Trotter. Hit down into right field. That'll be shallow. Oh! It takes a weird bounce past Daly. Barta, and Trotter will be at second. Brings up left fielder Bria Perriman. She singled in the 1st, grounded back to the pitcher in the 2nd, and flew out to 1st in the 4th. On deck, Avery Trotter. That is grounded down to Wallen. Wallen looks the runner back to 2nd. Throw to 1st. Here's a throw to 3rd. Not quite in time. So Trotter at 3rd with 1 down. Brings up Avery Trotter. She walked in the 1st inning and grounded out to short and grounded back to the pitcher. So 1 down, runner on 3rd. First pitch is high, 1-0. Pitch is lifted high. Caught there by Bailey Baylor at 1st for the 2nd out of the inning. That brings up Addie Dixon for the last chance for Dakota Valley. Dixon reached on an error in the 1st, an error in the 2nd, and then grounded into a single in the 5th. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Fouled back, 0-2. Dakota Valley down to their final strike. Again, if Vermillion can win, they go to 9-7. Dakota Valley, if they lose, they will fall to 8-9 with 2 tough games tomorrow still. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Lifted high into shallow left center field, and that is caught for the final out of the inning. In the inning, though, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And at the end of the inning, Vermillion wins 15-9. We'll be back with our post game following these messages on Vermillion streaming on YouTube. This is Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Need a new set of tires? Look to Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford. How about some accessories like WeatherTech floor mats, access roll-up truck covers, bed liners, remote car starters, and thousands of other products. Hey, you can look at everything at your convenience online too at carlsonsbodyshop.com. No wonder the song says,
Bring it down to Carlson's Body Shop, your complete car care center.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermillion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermillion.
The first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Welcome back to Tanager Softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I am Michael Schumacher, alongside Tristan Nelson, as the Tanagers in varsity action defeated Dakota Valley by a score of 15-9. I had Dakota Valley for 9 runs, 11 hits, and I had Vermillion down for 15 runs on 15, maybe 16 hits. Could be my error there. Error. So Vermillion got off to an odd start. Dakota Valley scored 8 runs in that first inning on 8 hits. Ended up leaving 2 on base before Chandler Cleveland settled down. Chandler gave up 3 hits the rest of the way with 1 run in the remaining 6 innings. So well done by her after settling down. Vermillion scored 12 runs in the first inning. So Vermillion, Dakota Valley pitchers gave up 3 runs and 6 hits the rest of the way. So, really hard to argue with the success of both pitching staffs after that first inning. So, Vermillion now goes to 9-7 on the season. It should improve their standing. They were 9th coming in, and Dakota Valley was 7th. I'm going to look it up. I believe it was Sioux Valley that was in between the two. I believe it went Tri-Valley, Dakota Valley, Sioux Valley, then Vermillion. Let's see if we can take a quick look here. So yes, it was Tri-Valley in 6th at 11-7, 41.556 seed points. 7th place was Dakota Valley heading into today when they were 8-8 at 41.125 seed points. And then Sioux Valley in 8th at 16-5 with 41.095 seed points. Vermillion was 49 hundredths behind Sioux Valley at 40.6, but with today's victory over Dakota Valley, that will give them an extra 44 seed points. We'll see if that is enough to sprout them up. Dakota Valley was 0.525 ahead of Vermillion. And with today's loss, they will have 36 seed points. So we'll see if that drops them down far enough. So you'll see that movement. Now, Dakota Valley tomorrow will be playing Castlewood and Bonhomme, two of the top two Class B teams by seed points, number 1 and number 2 in the Dakota Valley Invitation. We'll be down there at 10 o'clock to bring you Bonhomme versus Dakota Valley. And then we'll be bringing you at noon Bonhomme versus Castlewood. So it should be some good action. And then in the evening, we will be in Alcester as Alcester-Hudson is hosting Beersford. Now, I don't know if the seniors are coming over. I don't know if Coach Budmeier's coming over. We're going to hang out for just a little bit. But this was a good win for this Tanager softball team. They've been on a 5-game losing streak, so they were really hoping to be able to pull something together. And I know Coach Budmeier was really hoping they could just have some good softball today. And the win was a secondary factor, and so getting that is just an added benefit as they hopefully have now maybe a home SoDak 16 game coming up. And it looks like we do have some seniors coming over, and hopefully they're ready to be interviewed maybe. We'll see. They were probably directed to come over, and that's fine. It doesn't hurt to be ordered to do things once in a while, so we'll see if they'll put on the headset here. See if Coach is coming over as well. I'm not quite sure. But we do have all the seniors, so I'm just going to hand somebody a headset, see who's willing to talk first. Who's willing to talk first? It's Chandler. I've talked to Chandler a number of times. She's not scared. All right. We'll see how this goes. All right. Well, Chandler, it's senior night. What was it like heading out there?
It was nice. We have a good group of girls, and it was just really fun to be able to go out there with one another.
And what was it like to, that first inning? Got a little hairy out there. But you settled down. I think you gave up 1 run, 3 hits the rest of the way. Was it just something that you were finally able to settle down, kind of maybe your pitches were coming to you, or anything different happen?
Yeah, I think for sure. The top of our lineup did good, getting us back into hitting, and I think that just gave us confidence for the rest of the game.
All right. So I tell you what, this is the second year of sanctioned softball. I know you've been playing longer than that, but I tell you what, as you head into SoDak 16, what's maybe your favorite memory from softball the last couple of years?
I think just a group of girls. We all love softball, and we've had a couple different coaches for the past couple of years, so I just think being able to experience that all together. All right.
And now, with today's win, obviously I'm no mathematician, but it looks like you guys might have a chance at a home game. But really just SoDak 16 on Tuesday, a chance to go to state. Is that exciting to maybe get that chance to go to Aberdeen?
Yeah, for sure. I think that we're coming into this year with more energy because last year we ended off on a sour note. So I think this year just trying to go in and have confidence.
Well, and a win like this, kind of, you played some tough teams, but had a few losses in a row. What's it like going in with a victory?
It feels really nice. We knew coming into the game that if we put it together that we would be able to come back with a dub. And the first inning was a little bit scary, but we just had to settle down and play softball. All
right. Well, that was senior Chandler Cleveland here on senior night. We'll see who she hands it off to next, who the next victim is. Oh, to be Janaea. That works. All right. Hey, Janaea. Senior night. How's it feel?
Pretty good. Came by fast.
It did. Now, this was your first year playing sanctioned softball. So, last year you didn't. How has this year been for you?
It's been pretty good. It's been busy with track, but it's been fun to hang out with the team and everything.
And what's that like balancing track and softball? I mean, just keeps you running?
Yeah, it's really eventful. We come straight from track practice to softball every day, but it keeps us on our toes. So. All
right. Well, so you have the 1 year of sanctioned softball. I know you've been playing longer than that. So what's one memory you have from this year with the softball team?
Probably just after every win, we all just get to cheer together, and we always say birdies get dubs, and it's just really hype.
All right. Now, you're coming off the state championship for basketball. Obviously, there's that high. But what's it like feeling that you could be heading back to another state, but this time for softball?
It's really exciting. State's a very fun time, and I just hope we can make it.
All right. Well, I'll let you off the hook. I won't keep you on too long. I am going to call you, though. I'm calling all of you guys later for longer interviews, but I'm calling you for sure, too. All right. Because you're going to go play at Dort, right? Yep. Did I have that right? Playing soccer at Dort, and you're studying biology?
Yep.
So you're, smart.
I try to be. Yeah.
I mean, to study biology, I was a political science major. That's for dumb people. So, I understand. Biology is a whole different game. So good luck with that.
Thank you.
All right. You pick my next victim. All right. We got Taylor. Taylor, you had yourself a day. I'm just going to say, you seemed to master the slap hit today. You got a walk, you got 3 hits in a row, and you reached by a fielder's choice. You scored 4 times, you reached third on the other one, and you made some plays out in the outfield. How did it feel today?
It felt really good, especially coming off of a couple losses. It felt good to all play well together and have a good win.
All right. Now, it's senior night. Were there some added emotions out there for you?
Yeah, it was a little sad, especially because we're all so close.
Well, and now, especially, what's the feeling? Because you guys have graduated. School is over, so now this is still that final school activity. Is this one of those things you're just kind of holding on to still?
Yes. Yeah, especially with school getting done like a few weeks ago. It still kind of feels like we're in school, but just the fun part of it.
Oh, exactly. Now, what's your favorite memory? This is your first year doing sanctioned softball as well. What's your favorite memory this year?
Probably the conference meet or just making sandwiches with Coach Bud after our away games. That's pretty fun.
All right. Well, I tell you what. So you're going to UNL, but you don't know your major yet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But we've talked about going to UNL. So are you going to go to some Husker games?
Of course.
All right. What's your favorite sport?
I think basketball will be fun. I know some of those incoming freshmen, so that'll be fun. And, of course, football games, if they're good this year.
Well, they can't be much worse than they've been. So at the very least, they're improving, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, go Huskers, and good luck, and I'll let you pick the next victim.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Bailey Baylor, how's it going?
Going good.
All right. You and I don't get to talk much, so how's it been?
Pretty good.
Well, good. Well, you had yourself an inning there where you were the only one who even touched the ball defensively. What's an inning like that feel like?
Well, it's definitely something new for me. I usually don't get many balls at first, so it's pretty exciting.
Well, good. Well, I tell you what, as a senior, you played last year. What's your favorite memory of softball over the last couple of years?
I'd say our bus rides are pretty fun, and we made a candy salad one bus ride, and it was just really fun.
A candy salad?
Yeah.
Okay, may I ask what was in the candy salad?
It's just a bunch of gummy candies that everyone brings, and then you just put it into a bucket, and it's just a big salad.
All right. Actually, that sounds rather delicious. I think I would eat that. Excellent. And now I heard you're going to SDSU?
Yep.
And what were you studying?
Biochemistry.
Biochemistry. See, that sounds smart too.
Yeah, it'll be difficult, but.
All right. So what are you hoping to do with that?
I'm hoping to eventually get into I'm going to probably transfer after 2 years to go somewhere that's forensic certified.
Okay.
I'm hoping to become a forensic scientist.
Really? And like the forensic scientists like we see on NCIS and CSI type of thing?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. So if I get murdered, I want them to call you, right?
Yep.
Okay. Write that down, Tristan. That way, if I get murdered, they call Bailey. All right. Well, so how excited are you heading to, you're heading into SoDak 16. You guys are coming off a win, kind of a much-needed win. How are you guys feeling heading to SoDak 16 on Tuesday?
Feels really good, especially to have a win and be on a high to go to the SoDak.
And what would it mean, there's a chance that you guys get to play a home game, which would be kind of cool. What would that mean to you guys to be able to play here for that chance to go to state?
That would mean so much because that means that this might not be our last time on our home floor.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, I tell you what, we're going to follow you as you go to SDSU, but thank you so much, and you can bring Mackenzie on over. She'll be the final one. Mackenzie, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, first of all, thank you for your help at T. I appreciate it because, like I said, people didn't need to see me waddling in front of them with an extension cord. Plus, you were willing to help make room for me, so thank you so much for that. And, you've been doing this a couple of years. What's your favorite memory so far with softball?
I don't really have a specific one, just being with the team in general is good.
No? And what's it like thinking, you guys have played really well this season. Coming off this one, you finish your regular season at 9-7. If the math works out, you might have a home game. But either way, you're in the SoDak 16 on Tuesday. What's it feel like to kind of break that losing streak? You're going in on a win.
It feels really great to be going to the next game on a win, especially because it'll give us more motivation.
Well, and okay, so a game like this, you fall down, you start off down 8-0. What's going through you guys' minds?
We were just saying that we just have to keep playing our game and keep our heads up, keep going.
All right. So now where are you heading in the fall?
I'm going to Lake Area.
Lake Area. And what are you going to study?
mental assisting.
All right. See? So I've got all the people that I need in the future. If I'm murdered, if I need dental, I'm good to go. So Lake Area Tech in Watertown, is that a 2-year program then?
Yes.
All right. And then are you looking to come back to Vermillion? Or are you looking to go to Sioux Falls, Twin Cities? Where are you looking to hopefully land in the future?
I'm not quite sure yet.
All right. You don't have any dream area where you'd like to be?
No, not too far from home, but also probably not right in Vermillion again.
All right. Something maybe with a little more population base?
Yeah.
But close enough that you can come home on a weekend if you need to?
Yeah.
Or they can come up and see you?
Yeah.
All right. Sure. I get that. Well, Mackenzie, I'll let you go. I don't need to torture you anymore, but thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. And congratulations on senior night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, those were our 5 seniors: Mackenzie Richardson, Bailey Baylor, Janaea Cleveland, Chandler Cleveland, and Taylor Barta. I've had the pleasure of covering all of them for both basketball and now softball, some of them for 2 years for both of those, and I've got Coach Budmeyer coming over here, and because I want to talk to him too, because it didn't go according to plan, but we came away with the victory. So, Coach, you didn't get the fast start you were talking about.
No, but I believe one of these days we're going to get that accomplished. But at the end of the day, like after that first inning, so we went down 8-0. The girls didn't waver at all, which I absolutely love. They came up, had great quality at bats. We got a lot of base runners early and put a lot of pressure on their defense. And that's what our goal is always: quality at bats, find a way on, and just put pressure on them. Taylor's speed showed big time today. Top to bottom, everybody found a way to affect the game and to contribute to getting us back in that game. I told the girls after the first inning, so after we got our 12, I said, girls, it doesn't matter that we scored 8. It doesn't matter that they scored 12. It's 4-0 after 1. And if you told me that to start the game, I'd say, heck yeah, I'll take my chances.
Exactly. And you're right. Taylor's speed was really on display today. The 3 singles, the walk, even reaching on the fielder's choice, just her speed allowed her to get to third. There wasn't a time that she didn't reach third base. She scored 3 times. Just really at the top of the order, and then Moser right after her, more speed, and then you start getting the Cleveland sisters. It really did. Even after that first inning, it really felt like everything came together. Chandler limited them to 1 run and 3 hits after that. And just the defense seemed to be coming into play. Bailey made some really spectacular plays. 1 inning, she was all 3 outs. 1 was a double play. But Chandler, some great reaction off the pitchers, out of the pitcher's circle. Maya did really well over at second. And Taylor made a couple of nice plays. They seemed to hit a lot more over to the right field side, the right side today. I'm not sure. Normally it's a left field, third base type of thing. But so a lot of action defensively over that way. But it really feels like once they got settled down, your team really felt like they had the confidence. Do you feel like this is that confidence builder that you guys need heading into SoDak 16?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a confidence builder because we finally put a 6-inning stretch of being us. And that's what we've been preaching. Kind of in this losing streak, we just got it back to being us. And then once we cleaned up some errors in the infield, Chandler pitched great all 7 innings. The first inning, we had a few missed throws and a few plays here and there that just kind of put us behind the 8 ball. Then they had base runners and put pressure on us. And Chandler kept pitching. She did a great job start to finish. And then the defense picked up. Once we made a few plays, confidence is contagious. Like once we made a couple more, and then you kind of hit that first domino. And then we even made a couple errors in the middle innings, though, but we went next play mentality. We went and made the next play. The moral of it all is we found a way to get a job done, and we had to get it done. It was a big-time win for us to get off this losing streak and to build momentum and to get back to just being us, because I feel good if we're us against anybody in the state, we'll have a puncher's chance.
Well, and mathematically, obviously don't know for sure, but it gives you a chance at a home game, too. That'd be an added benefit. But like we said after tea, the thing you wanted was just getting that momentum, just getting that going. Now, 3 players I wanted to mention on Dakota Valley that really stood out to me. First, just the fact that the catcher's batting leadoff, Mia Reby, just an excellent player, not only offensively, but defensively. Some of the plays she made, there aren't too many catchers who are going to be able to turn around, get a ball that hits the backstop, and get back there and catch Wallen like she did.
Yeah, especially with Madigan with her speed, too. That was just I have never seen a perfect bounce off of our backstop, and it just happened to happen right against us. I've never had all the practices, all the pitches we've thrown. It hit that bottom cement absolutely perfect and rolled right back to home plate. But credit to Reby, she's a heck of a player. She had that great single to start the game to left center field. Great piece of hitting. They showed their versatility at the top of their lineup too. They have a mix that their lefties can both slap and swing. So it puts the defense in a bind, because you don't know when you got a slapper, you want to move your outfielders in. You play defense completely different against slappers, but they can choose and make a decision just like that to just go full swing. So it puts your defense in a bind, and you're kind of guessing at times. But our girls did a good job of adjusting after we saw it went through the lineup a first time, and we adjusted to the right spots. And at the end of the day, we just made plays.
Yep, exactly. And two others, Brendan Trotter, hit the home run, but just some great play out there from her as well. Pitcher moving to shortstop, and then also I thought Annie Bourne, when she came in and pitched, just had some moments out there where a little bit of struggles, but otherwise she was a really solid pitcher that kind of kept things down to a minimum offensively for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And their pitchers did there's a lot of changing. That's very kind of atypical, especially for high school softball. You either usually see one or two, but they made a lot of changes. But I'd also kick that back to us. That's a huge compliment for our hitters to adjust to different speeds, different pitches. We laid off. Sometimes we struggle with some adjusting to pitches. I thought we did a really good job of that today, and that led to us having long at-bats and putting the ball in play and making them make plays.
All right, well, Coach, we'll find out where you guys are on Tuesday, and I'll be there. Tristan may even be with me, and so, yeah, we will. If it's here, we'll be here. If it's wherever, one of the valleys that are in 6, 7, and 8, we'll be there as well. So we'll be there, and we'll hopefully then be seeing you at State.
Absolutely.
All right, Coach, thanks so much. You have a great day. That was Coach Louie Budmeyer of the Vermillion Tanagers here on our Vermillion Tanagers postgame show. This has been Vermillion Tanagers softball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. For Tristan Nelson, I'm Michael Schumacher. We're going to call it a night. Vermillion wins 15-9. They go to 9-7 on the season. We just have to wait and see where they finish the season as far as seed points go. All right, you guys have a great night, and we will talk to you. We will talk to you later on 5-Star Streaming tomorrow. I do have 3 softball games. Bon Home against Dakota Valley. Bon Home against Castlewood. That's a number 1 versus number 2 in Class B. And then Alcester Hudson, the third-ranked team or fourth-seeded team in Class B versus Beersford, the fifth-seeded team in Class A. So I'm bringing all of that to you on 5-Star Streaming tomorrow. So I hope you'll be able to join us. But otherwise, for Tristan Nelson, I'm Michael Schumacher. You guys have a great night.